Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. So I am usually doing videos every single day of the week, covering Tesla, VIX, Rivian, Xpeng, Neo, Palantir, and everything. And I was having some problems tonight. My recording software kept crashing on me, so I did the video three times, and it crashed three times. Could not recover the recording. So instead of just giving up, somebody close to me suggested, why don't you do a live? So you won't have to edit anything. So yeah, bingo. So this is a live. So basically, I will do today what I usually do on the videos. So it won't be like I usually do on Sundays when I have a live for my members. So basically this is good. Yeah, this is live. So let's try this. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try to cover the same thing that I usually cover, and it was an interesting day today. So so let's do it. And the positive aspect for you guys is that you can comment. You can comment at the same time. So that's real-time comments. So yeah, so Tesla is down $6.96, 2.67%, closed at 254.11. Post market, we seem to be up a little bit. Okay, we seem to be up a little bit. So let's just recap. There are so many things to cover, and you know, I don't have much time during the week. Every single day, cranking out a video every day. I cannot cover all of the concepts that I care about. So I'm gonna try to cover what is important to me. So yeah, let's try this. So basically, what we have been seeing during the past week and a half is that we had a downward seller resistance. The sellers were getting weaker and weaker, stronger and stronger in pushing the price down. The price got weaker and weaker and weaker, starting since July 20th, going down, down. But at the same time, so this was pushing the highs, because when there are transactions during the day on the stock market, it's not just one transaction. There are many transactions at many different prices. And we draw a candle to show the highest price and the lowest price. So the highest price was trending down. There was a trend down in the highest price, and there was a floor for the lowest price. The lowest price was at a floor at 255.85. So what we are doing with technical analysis is that we are looking at the patterns that a stock makes, and the patterns are repeating all the time, and they are patterns within patterns and everything. So we are looking for a break of support, break of resistance in order to decide to act or not, based along with the stochastic over 60 or not. So the ones that are watching the channel know about this. These are our criteria to get into a stock. So I would personally get into Tesla if we break this downward resistance, which we have not done today. We've done it. July 31st. We have done it very, very weakly, but we did not have stochastic over 60. So our rule is that in order to buy a stock, you need to have a break of downward diagonal resistance. You need to have then, afterwards, a break of a horizontal resistance. Then you need to have a break of stochastic over 60. Did that happen in the past? Yes, it did happen in the past. It happened in the recent past twice. It happened January 20th, illustrated by this yellow arrow. Boom. This is where we got our signal. The downward resistance was right here. The horizontal resistance, I think it was right here or right here. This is faint. And then we had stochastic over 60. And then this was a buy at the latest. It was a buy. It was a buy at 140 at the latest. And then we had a nice run. And we had another run here. Downward resistance is right here. Boom, 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 boom. The horizontal resistance was right here, and stochastic over 60. So at around 182 was another buy. So this was a clear buy, and look at this. Did it work or what? It worked. It worked. So now we had identified that Tesla, when it started to get at this level right here at 280, you know, this was starting to weaken a little bit. We had a little bit of a weakening here. Okay, that's fine. But then it rebounded on it. So this was a weakening. This was a congestion zone. You know, it was taking a pause a little bit. Then it started going a little bit higher. Took another pause right here, and the lower line was at 265.32, and the upper line was at I have it here at, let me see, at 285. Wow. So this is where the stock was. Between these two lines, we had the earnings call, and then we came back in and we made a lower support. So, you know, sometimes the stock does that. It does not respect 265.82. It does another support. This is what I call a double support. So yes, we can get caught there a little bit, but you know, if we see it and we can recover, and you know, it's not too bad, because nothing's perfect. Even investors, long-term investors in a stock, it's not perfect for them, because they can suffer Tesla from $1,200 to $400 within a year. So that's not perfect. That's far from perfect. So yes, when we are using technical analysis, we have some imperfection. You know, the stock does not respect a support, but it respects a lower support. So then this is bugging us. This is bugging me. I would love perfection. I would love science, but the stock market is not scientific. The stock market is very emotional, psychological, because what happened today is mainly caused by this Fitch ratings that derated the US debt of the US from AAA to AA plus. And then the futures started to go down, and then people were scared and everything. So, you know, it does not, it won't change much in the short term, but still, this is why I say that the stock market is inherently psychological and harder to predict. So this is why we are trying to find the patterns that are showing us where the tug of war between the buyers and sellers is going to take us, because there's always a tug of war between the buyers and sellers. You know, it's people that are buying stocks and selling stock. It's not it's machines with some algorithms written by people, but there's a big psychological factor in the stock market, and if we only based our decision on fundamental analysis, then it could get very hard. Like Tesla in 2022, the company was still doing great. You know, it was still having great earnings, but the stock was dropping like crazy. Well, okay, so that's a preamble. So right now, where are we at? So is Tesla ready to be bought? No, we have not broken our downward resistance that is at play. We have not broken a horizontal resistance, and we don't even have stochastic over 60, which are the three criteria that we care about. We have 0 out of 3 criteria to buy the stock. So yeah, but that can be pretty clear. So these three criteria are helping us de-risk the purchasing decision for any stock, not just Tesla, but any stock. This is what we are using. And I am drawing the lines for you. And then you can see if stochastic is over 60 or not. I share these lines with you. If you are a member of this channel, you can copy those lines. I have lines for Rivian, Xpeng, Palantir, blah, blah, blah. You can copy all of those on your trading chart. So yeah, this is what I do for you. I'm giving you the criteria, and I'm giving you the lines, and then you can decide what you do with that. You can decide what you do with that based on your financial situation, based on your objective. Do you want to short? Do you want to go long? Do you want to pocket any profit you have on paper? You can decide what you want to do. So what has happened today with Tesla, and we'll see what is going to happen tomorrow. But looking at what happened today is that we lost buyer support at 255.85. The buyers were overrun by the sellers today. So if this continues, so if we have another candle like this tomorrow, then most likely Tesla is going to continue down. And this is the current downward channel it's in until it breaks it. So until it breaks it, if you want to take a chance to short this a little bit, I might try it myself tomorrow. I'm going to look if tomorrow pre-market we are above 255.85. If we are above 255.85, then it's going to mean that, okay, well, the buyers are coming back. They were scared today with the news, and they might be coming back. So this is why there is a rule that you can choose to follow or not, that you need 2 candles to signify a break, and we have only one right here. So you decide if you want only one candle as a break, or if you want to wait for a second candle for a bigger confirmation, less risk, but maybe missing a potential move down, because maybe the second candle is going to be right here, and then entering at this point is a little bit late. So there's nothing perfect. There's nothing perfect in the stock market. It's all about risk. It's not gambling, because gambling you have your probabilities that are set. If I play on the roulette and I bid on the black, then it's going to be just a little bit under 50% chance, because there's a green 0 or a green double 0 there. So basically I'm just going to have a 49 point something % chance. Here we are looking at trends, and trends tend to be more predictable. When a stock starts into a trend, the trend lasts a long time. So see, this is a bullish channel trend right here for Tesla, and it started in 2023. Went up, went down, but it's following this line. It's following this, it's following this. And now maybe we are coming back to that line. Maybe we are. So longer term, so invest and cycle cheap. Longer term, we are into a bullish channel. We are still in a bullish channel because Tesla was at $100 not too long ago. So it's still bullish. We are at 254. But if we are looking a little bit more short term, this is looking bearish, because we have a downward channel we are in, and we broke 255.85. So this is bearish in the very short term, and we don't know until when it's going to stop. It could stop at 240. It could stop tomorrow, because maybe the news will be digested tomorrow and we are going to go back above 255.85. It could go lower to 217. It could go down to this point here. But my point is that it's not right to buy. It's not right to buy, because we need to have a break of this downward resistance, then a break of 270.37, and a stochastic over 60 for Tesla to be ripe to buy. Voilà. I rest my case. Okay. So this is Tesla. We are going to look at the other stocks too, but just before I switch to other stocks, see, we have stochastic on Tesla at 7. This is very low, and we know that we need stochastic over 60. We have it at 7. It needs to be over 60 to indicate a move up. So there's no indication of a move up at all with Tesla. 0. You can buy if you want to, but I'm just telling you, there's no indication, there's no technical indication that it wants to move up anytime soon. So let's look at the rest of our indicators. So we have RSI at 44. It needs to be above 50 just to indicate that there's a little bit of bullishness in this, that it's not there. And we have our longer term indicator, DMI, that just crossed bearish today. So, you know, this is not looking super good. So Tesla is not ripe to get back in. You don't need to short, but at least it's not ripe to get back in. So let's look at the VIX. So we can clearly see here what has happened today. So the VIX is the fear indicator of the S&P 500. It indicates the level of volatility, and the volatility just shot up. So it's up 2.16, and it was very low recently. You know, it could not break above 1489. It started to go a little bit higher last week, and we noticed that, oh, it's going higher and higher and higher, but we did not know anything else. But now today, boom, we have this big move up. Let's see if it comes back down tomorrow. It's possible that it comes back down. If it does not come back down and maintains itself, then that downward pressure for the whole stock market is going to continue. So this is also something I'm going to be checking tomorrow, the VIX. What is the VIX before the open? So what is the VIX before the open? What is Tesla before the open? Is it above 255.85 or not? And then let's take a look at the other stocks that we are looking at. So we have Rivian that was into its congestion channel between 23.59 and 26.91. You know, this is pretty clear. After its big move, it stabilized, and then the buyers and sellers were pretty much even in strength. This is what this means. Here, the buyers were winning the round, but here it's pretty much even Steven. But then we started to see a move up right here. Okay, the buyers are pushing the low price, the range between the transactions between the day. That low price was being pushed higher and higher and higher, and this is what gave us a bullish channel within our congestion channel, and that has been broken. So this is over. We are back into the congestion zone, so we are back going sideways with Rivian. Boom. In one day, we are back going sideways. So Rivian is sideways. Yeah, there's the earnings call next week, so maybe things are going to change then. But so far, we are back with this even tug of war between buyers and sellers for Rivian. If we start going back up above 26.91, then I would start thinking again that the buyers are winning this one back. But before that, we can just conclude that this is going sideways. Okay, Xpeng. Xpeng had some news today, some bad news today actually, that their main self-driving guy that was overseeing 1,000 people just quit. I think he quit. He is no longer with the company. So yeah, so this has had this impact on Xpeng. So we are down 1.22, 6%, closed at 1883. So this was a super great move, a break of horizontal resistance. We had already broken our downward resistance a long time ago, and we were continuing into this channel. So the time to get in was right here at $16, and then it went pretty much vertical, which we knew would not last a long time. And then if you are in at this point here and it goes like this, you just pick a place where you need to get out. So the place that I personally picked was 1985. And because the stock started to show a little bit of a pattern there, little bit of pattern. It did a low here, it touched it here. So and also on the 1 hour chart, this is where I kind of decided, yeah, you know, I see support here. I see a support at 1985. So if it breaks this, then I'm gonna get out. It broke it, I am out. That's it, that's all. There's still a little bit of profit made here, so that's fine. This is the difference between trading and investing. The trading and investing, the trading, we tend to accumulate our wins and we don't suffer much loss, and we just take our money out and we keep it, and we found the next opportunity to get back in and catch another swing. So this was one there. NIO, the same thing. NIO, the buy was at you know, at the worst at 1192. Boom, boom, boom. It went super high, super fast in a couple of days. Then this was my threshold, my support. 14, what is it? 1464. 1464. Boom, it was broken. It was broken today. I'm out. I'm keeping everything here in my pocket. So this is how I do this. This, you know, I am a lot less stringent. How can I put this? When I want to buy, I need to have my ducks in a row. Downward resistance, horizontal resistance, stochastic over 60. You know, I need to have the three criteria. When I sell, I don't need to have everything to sell. I don't need to have everything to sell. Because if we wait for the same signals that got us in, we could be losing a lot of ground before we sell. And what's the point in buying here, holding this, and then selling back here? There's no point in doing that because you are even Steven. So when it's not the concept is to ride a stock up and sell when we see a little bit of a dip. I still wait for a dip because I don't sell here because I don't know if it's going to continue up or not. And I did not sell here because it still made a higher low. It still made a higher high than this candle. So people were willing to buy NIO at a higher price here on that day, on July 27th, than they did on July 26th. So people are buying higher. Why should I sell when there's a crowd that is pushing the stock higher and higher and higher? I should not sell because let's just ride it. Let's just ride it until it weakens. When it starts to weaken, then we can start thinking about, well, okay. And the weakening started to appear here. So, okay. Here we are making higher highs and higher lows. You see it? Here, oh, that's another story. So August, yesterday, we started to trend lower. So this was already something that was a little bit iffy. It was a little bit iffy, and today with what happened, blah blah blah. You could decide to stay in and hope that it is going to come back up. But instead of hoping, my personal strategy, you can have other strategies. Using technical analysis, we can have different strategies. But technical analysis is the same thing, but we can just use it differently. So I choose to have a very tight profit-taking way of doing things. And so you might have something else. You might say, well, okay, stochastic is still over 60. That's fine. We still have this great bullish channel right here. This is a great bullish channel. Maybe it's going to bounce on this. Sure, you can say that. Maybe it's going to bounce on this. Maybe it's going to bounce tomorrow. Maybe it's going to bounce on this. So what I prefer to do is, okay, I am out and let's see what happens. And if it comes back in tomorrow, I can just buy back. It doesn't cost much to just buy back. And if it falls, then I don't suffer this. And when I see another opportunity, another stabilization, a congestion zone, and maybe a horizontal resistance at some point, and it breaks it, then I can hop back in. We'll have, yeah. So I am sharing with you how I think about this. Palantir, yeah, we still have a good stochastic. We lost $1, 18.97, lost 5%. Seems like post-market we are going to be down a little bit. So we were into a congestion zone a little bit between 16 and 19. The stock was supposed to stay within these two, but then it had a big push, and now it's just a little bit below. So this one I'm not too sure what is going to happen tomorrow, but 19 is very important for it. If we are above 19, this is going to mean something, and we have the earnings call that is going to happen next week also. So next week is going to be very important. But we cannot. So basically, how can I put it? Tesla is in a shorter term downtrend, but Rivian, Xpeng, we cannot say that they are into a downtrend because they have been going up, and today is one candle, but we cannot really say that they are in a downtrend. Nvidia, it was into this bullish channel, but now it just came out of it. So most likely this is going to become a congestion zone, and we'll see what happens here. And then if it breaks that congestion zone, then it means that things are changing, and we now see another push of the buyers. But today the push of the sellers made it so that the buyers are no longer in control of the bullish channel. They are no longer there. PayPal, we are back into a congestion zone. So we had one between 71 and 75. We had 2 days above. It was looking good, but boom, came back down. So this is in a congestion zone again. And let's look at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones is not into a downtrend so far. You know, this is a bull trend right here. Bull trend. So, you know, it has been going up since May. Zigzagging between the two lines, between this one and this one. So this is still continuing. So there's no crash yet in the market. There's no crash yet. You know, a crash, you know, to have a reversal, you need to basically have a big move down at some point. Then it's going to recover, but then it won't recover as much. And then you can start drawing a decreasing top. So right now we don't have a decreasing top. This top here is higher than this top here and higher than this top here. So, you know, this is still bullish overall. Okay, let me see. Let me go through this and then I'll go into the comments. S&P 500, so we are still in the bullish channel. Nasdaq Composite, we had the smaller, steeper bullish channel. We are out of that one, but we still have our big bullish channel right here that started last year. You see how this is not gambling? When you see something follow and stay between two lines for 6 months, this is not gambling. 6 months. Gold going down, but it was not up anyway. Silver was not up anyway. Well, no, sorry. It was into its bullish channel, but now it's just resting on support. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Lots of stochastic, so this is not boding well, but we don't know for sure. Bitcoin sideways. It has been going sideways for well, since since March of this year. Sideways. Tried to go higher, stayed higher a little bit. It's still higher than what it was in March, but it's still going sideways basically. So Bitcoin, we have nothing to do until the buyers take over, and the buyers are going to take over when we start breaking what's that number here? When it starts breaking, where is it? 37. This is so small. 30. Let me see. Just hang on a second. 31. 421. Yeah. So once it breaks that, then it's going to show us that the buyers are taking over. But now they have not taken over. Ripple, we hear stuff about Ripple. Yes, it had the nice move, but since then, just going sideways. It seems to be, we seem to have some buyers at 0.66. At 66 cents, we have some buyers that are keeping it up. If they go away, then it's gonna start to go lower, and that's not going to be a good sign. If they overpower the sellers, that's fine. But there's a bunch of sellers right here that are hidden at 85 cents. Sellers are there waiting to sell it back down. So if it moves up here, that's fine, but it does not mean that it's going to move forever. We are going to need to see if the sellers are going to overpower the newfound buyers. So this as a short swing is nice, but if it breaks this, then it should continue for a longer swing. And let's look at US dollar. US dollar broke its downward resistance. Very strong US dollar. It had to prove itself because it came super down, and when it started to go back up, it did not have stochastic over 60. So we did not believe it because it could have done this. But now it's proven itself that no, it's stronger than the current trend. The current trend is right here, so it is stronger than the current trend. So that's the significant event. So yeah, no, it's hard to express everything in one video, even in one live. But yeah, I hope this is helping a little bit. Markets flipping bearish, not yet. Should I short or not? I had a beta of one today that was stronger than usual. Yeah, nothing's for sure. Of course. So okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Tesla is very weak here, very weak. But we still have good support at 240 and 238 right here. This is big support. So if we short here, this is a small short. This is boom because it could be bouncing on this. This is a very small short, if at all. If it breaks 240, then that's a bigger short to 217. And even this one. So this is like a head and shoulder thing. This is the shoulder, this is the head. Maybe it's gonna go back here, bounce a bit for the right shoulder, and then boom, something like this. So right now, this is potentially a small short. If it does it and bounces and does not break 270, then that's the nice short. That's the nice short because it could go super well. It could go first here at 240 from 265. So that's pretty good. And if it continues, then we are at around 217. So that's the better short. This is a short with the shorter runway, because the runway ends at 240, starting at 255. So it's just a $10 there. Hello from Berlin. Guten Tag. Berlin. So we have two people, and they are speaking together. Fine. Rivian earnings. Yeah. I don't predict. I just look at the patterns and look at the probabilities. That's it. So I don't know what is going to happen. And look at Tesla. Look at Tesla on the earnings on the 19th. 14% surprise earnings. Yay, this is positive. 2%, almost 3% surprise in revenue. Yeah, this is great. Okay, yeah. What happened? So it's not the earnings per se that influence people to start selling Tesla. It's the outlook. Well, and Elon Musk said it himself. Well, Q3 might not be as strong as Q2. He said it. So then people are, oh, this is scary. Oh, this is scary. I thought I was going to buy, I won't. Or I have some stock, I'm gonna sell. So it's people's. So people are making decisions in their heads, and when they are in fear, they hold on the purchasing, and the sellers can just win. So the guidance, I have no clue. I don't follow Rivian that much. I only do the technical analysis on Rivian. I know about Tesla a lot more, the fundamental aspects. So Rivian, I don't know. What would you do if you didn't sell yesterday and it's a green candle today? That's for NIO. Well, NIO, I am out. I just got out as soon as it crossed this one today. As soon as it crossed 1460, boom, I got out. So then I'll just stay put and see what happens. If it continues down, it's perfectly fine. If it starts to go back up tomorrow, then I'm gonna have to decide. Okay, I can get back in, and I'm pretty much even Steven. Yes, I lost a little bit here. But these small losses mean not much when you catch the big waves. You catch a big wave, you have a little bit of a loss here because you protected your profit in case it went down like this. That's nothing. So limit your loss, and then just keep accumulating money in your bank account instead of buying and holding. If you buy and hold, well, I bought here, the stock got to this point and then it came back down. So in 3 years, I made nothing. That's just a waste. That's a waste. I got into a NIO at $7. Yes, I wish I had gotten in sooner. I got in at $7. Right here when it started to go a little bit higher here at $7. I got in, I bought 1,000 shares, sold it at 40, at 40 something. When it started to, I don't remember exactly, but when it started to weaken here. So I think it was a little bit lower, I'm not sure, but I think it was 45 or something. So buy at 7, sell after the swing, sell when there's a support that's broken. See, it's not hard to see. It's not hard to see. The stock was making higher lows here, all on the same line. So that's not hard to draw. A 5-year-old could draw this line. Draw a line with these points. He would draw a line. And if we break that line, sell. That's it. That's it. Yes, sometimes there's some flukes, and then you sell, and then it goes back up. That's a mistake. Yeah, okay, but you can go back in. That's it. So, yeah. So I don't understand dollar cost averaging, because dollar cost averaging is wishful thinking. Well, the stock that was supposed to go up is going down. I'm going to double. I'm going to put more money into it. And if it goes down again, I'm going to put more money into it. And I'm going to put more money into it and put more money into it. And I hope it's going to come back up eventually. So this is wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. So yes, you can rely on the solidity of the company. You can have faith. This is a faith thing. Well, I have faith in Tesla. I have faith in the company. I have faith in their products. I have faith. So it's faith. It's faith that's working. Dollar cost averaging, you need faith. You need faith, and you need to pump yourself back up with the faith. Instead of just, well, okay, it's taking a downturn, I'm going to sell, and I'm going to wait until it comes back up again. And then you let it go down, and you enter again at a lower point. You can buy even more shares if you want to. So yes, I don't do requests here. So these are the stocks that I do. I have a membership level. If you want me to do requests, I'm going to do videos specifically for the people that paid for the requests. So you can request one stock per week, and all of the people that requested one stock, I do one video with all of those, and everybody gets them. Everybody that paid for the stock request gets their stock request, and all the others that paid also. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ted. Maybe we can get a squeeze on Tesla. Yes, I ignore the moving average. Yes, hopium is not a trading strategy. You have a $23 cost basis. Perfectly great for you. Great for you. But you still suffer the $1,200 here to $400 down. You still suffered that, and you cannot deny that. You suffered it on paper, but you suffered it. So I don't want to suffer that. I don't want to. I want to get out when it's going down. When a stock is in a downtrend, I don't want to hold it. If you are an investor and you want to hold it, fine. But when it is in a downtrend, I don't want to hold it. And Tesla is still into a downtrend. So holding it long term is still not, it's still risky, because this is the slope. The slope of the price of Tesla, this is the slope of the price of Tesla that has been in effect for the past 2 years. 2 years. It's not gambling. 2 years. Dollar cost averaging in a bull trend, that's perfectly fine. The stock is going up, I buy all the time. Perfect. You buy all the time because you are buying low, because time is making it go higher. This is the trend. So each time you are buying low. Perfect. When the trend changes and you dollar cost average, you are buying high, because the trend is down. It should go down. So if you are buying high in the hopes that eventually you're going to sell higher. So you are buying high in order to sell higher. So it's not buy low, sell high. It's buying high. So it takes a special amount of faith. Well, if you have 30,000 shares, that's fantastic. Yes, the 1,200 to 400 was before the split, and there was a split in here somewhere. So Well, there's no tax implication on my end because I'm using my 401k. So there's no tax implication there. And the last question I'm going to take: when the trend changes and the stock goes down, how many percentage do you wait until you sell? I don't use a mathematical answer. I use a pattern answer. The stock is telling us. The stock is telling us. The stock is telling us when you should. I'm going to remove this. When you should see the weakness. The stock is telling us. So how can I say? What was the? So I need to find an example. Well, yeah, Rivian. I was talking about Rivian and Xpeng. So Xpeng is a good example here. So this was going up. So the buy was at 15.96 maybe, and then it started to go super high, and then boom, it started to go down. So if you want to have more resolution, when you only have a few candles, you can switch on the 1 hour chart. You switch on the 1 hour chart, and then we see that it paused here. So this was the resistance. Then it broke it and paused here. So this was the support. Then it went higher, and then it came down and it paused here. You see, it paused here. So one day. So this is telling me that this 1985 is an important threshold. So when it breaks the threshold, that's the significant event. It's not a percentage per se. It's based on the behavior of the buyers and sellers. So it's the behaviors of buyers and sellers that are telling me that below 1985, if the sellers overpower the buyers at that point, then that's significant event. Because in the past, this was a support, it was a support here, it was a support here, it was a support here, and now the crowd that was buying it up is gone. The crowd is gone. The buyers are gone, relatively. So this is how we, this is what technical analysis is. We are analyzing where are the buyers and where are the sellers, and the buyers that were there in the past are gone. So if the buyers are gone, that's a bad sign. The trend is going down. Sally, you cannot trade too much, but Rivian you can trade. If it's not a full-time job, this is not day trading. This is not day trading. If I buy Tesla here, I keep it for a couple of weeks and get out at the weakness, and then I sell here and I buy here 3, 4, 5 weeks, and then I resell there. So it's not day trading. Okay, so this has been great. This is the first time I'm doing a live during the week. So yeah, this was a try. This is taking a lot of energy, maybe maybe more energy than doing the editing, but today there was a lot of things to say. a lot of things to say, so it was easier to put it in this format, and I had some problems also with my recording thing. So have a great evening. Join me every single day. There's a new video coming out tomorrow every single day of the week, and also on weekends for my members. So have a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.